After a young man died during a police encounter in Grand Rapids, Michigan, the Detroit Free Press asked policing and civil rights experts to review video of the incident and share their perspectives. A time code has been added.
Hey, stay in the car! Stay in the car! Stay in the car! Get in the car!
Stop. Now, the problem is a lot of people want to talk about the shooting. For me, everything that led up to the shooting was equally as important.
Dude, I'm stopping you. Do you have a license? Do you have a license?
For what?
The guy was not complying, didn't get back in the car, so this officer walks right up on him and asks him for his ID. Tactically, that's just a bad move in general. Were it me, I would have stayed back in my vehicle. I would have given him directives.
I'm stopping you. Do you have a license?
What that?
Do you have a driver's license? Do you speak English?
The interaction has begun, and at that point, the officer appears to be ordering the subject, and that's the point where de-escalation can start. Can we go back a step? I want to see that again.
Stay in the car!
Harsh.
Stay in the car! Get in the car!
Okay, we see harsh orders and pointing.
Dude, I'm stopping you.
Even though the person wasn't complying with the officer at that point, typical de-escalation looks at a friendly interaction and not raising your voice.
Yes.
Can I see your
However,
license?
then the officer begins asking rather than ordering.
The plate doesn't belong on this car. Do you have a license or no? Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
Where is it at?
It's in the car.
Get it for me.
I don't have any basis for saying that this was racial profiling, but the question arises, why did he focus on this car and run the plates for this car?
What that wrong?
The plate does not belong on this car.
Amen. That me my life right there.
Traffic stops are routine interactions that can quickly turn violent, and that's why officers from the very onset have this stance of authority and being in control and understanding their role, that this is not a debate and that the officer has the legal authorities to question, to scrutinize the individual.
No.
At this point, I probably would have called for another unit. He's not paying attention to directives. The fact that this officer still is engaging him one-on-one, for me, is a problem. At least if you have two people there, it decreases the likelihood that you're going to have to increase your level of force.
No. Stop. Put your hands range.
Okay, now this is a problem. Hold on. You're by yourself. The guy is not complying. Why the hell are you engaging like that?
1915. You got one running.
Stop.
North, south.
So the guy's running. You have his car. In there, you see his wallet. Why are you chasing the guy? How far is he going to get? You've got his car. You've got his wallet. You've got his keys. How far is he going to get? I'd call that in and have another unit come by, and I'd stand by with the car, because what I don't want is to get into a physical confrontation when I'm by myself fighting with a guy who's my size.
The fact that there is at least one other individual in the vehicle opening the door, possibly to help the driver overwhelm the officer, is another potential threat.
I think it's worth noting, I'm stopping again at 135, that the officer is using violence against the suspect. At this point, Mr. Lyoya is not posing a threat of harm, imminent or otherwise, to anybody else. He's just trying to get away.
Put your hands on your back. Don't grab him like that, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, man. I'm a black man, too.
Passengers trying to de-escalate and calm the officer down.
No, he said he's good, but man, yo, what's up, man?
At this point, the driver is overpowering the officer because he's able to stand up and walk away.
Stop resisting!
And the officer is stating, stop resisting.
You're not resisting nothing, bro.
Whatever you Yo, come on, dog. Man, get the key. Come on, man. Y'all don't, man. Come on, man. What did you do?
Okay, the stun gun is out. It appears like he just doesn't want to get shot. He doesn't seem to be acting aggressively, like many people might in this situation.
Come on.
Okay, why you gotta do all that, bro? He good, man.
Let go of the taser.
The driver is actively struggling with the officer to make the officer not tase him. This is a very serious situation because he is in a serious struggle for control of this taser, which, if that officer loses, can be used against him. And if it is used against him, this individual could then possibly gain access to his gun. It's getting very close to a life and death struggle.
Yo, you hit him too. Hit that shit, man. Listen.
Let go of the taser.
No, he ain't got no taser. I see that.
Let go of the taser.
1610, how many cars you got going?
Drop the taser.
Everyone.
Get back.
Oh, jeez. I mean, it looks from this position like an execution.
Get back.
Right after the shooting, you could hear a siren in the background.
Involved in shooting. Nelson Griggs.
So less than 4 minutes, he's got backup coming. Had he called for backup immediately, it may have been there in 2 minutes.
Do you think that the officer was legitimately in fear of his life at the time he reached for his weapon?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, I believe he acted within his legal authority.
Did he fear for his life? I don't know. I can't determine how he personally felt, but I did know that this guy gave him a run for his money, and there's all these tactical problems that led him to a place where he shouldn't have been in the beginning.
1950 has my taser.
He certainly needs to be held accountable because his actions or inactions or misactions caused the death of somebody else. Okay, so now he's given directives to the passenger, but has done nothing with the driver. And the passenger actually did nothing that I think would have warranted this.
10-4 addressing one more. 1625, 10-4 addressing one more.
The standard that the Supreme Court has set is, deadly force is only appropriate when the suspect poses an imminent, significant threat of death or serious physical harm, either to the officer or to others. And he wasn't cooperating. We recognize this. But at no point did it appear to me that there was an imminent threat of death or physical harm.
Anybody else in the car? Make yourself known now!
Oh, yeah, they're more concerned with the car. Wow.
I got the car on the driver's side.
I don't know. It seems to display a lack of care for this person's life.
A lot of times when you go through an academy, you're taught tactically sound ways of doing things. When you get out on the street, it's like, this is what we do on the street. I'm good. And it's the bravado of a lot of officers.
1918, looks like you're coming in.
Hold on, with their guns out. Still nobody tending to the guy that's down.
We're between
1746 and 1752. Can you call those two residents and make sure nobody comes out, please?
We've been told for generations and generations by people of color that this happens. Excessive force, senseless killings like this happen.
1920, cars clear. We'll be moving up to render aid. 1920, 10-4, cars clear, moving up to render aid.
Society as a whole kind of ignored those stories until there's video evidence. And now I think the country's coming to grips with this extremely disturbing trend. And even after the protests, the Black Lives Matter protests and the raised awareness, it continues to happen. And there's no reason that Mr. Lyoya is dead right now except for poor police work, insufficient training, and a lack of care for Black lives.
1610.
1610.
We're up on the subject. We need ambulance here, code 1. We're starting CPR right now.